This is the most venomous spider in the world. In 1877, a reverend by the name of Octavius Pickard-Cambridge went down in history for identifying the most venomous spider in the world. He referred to the species as Atrax robustus, but it would later earn its name as the Sydney funnel web spider. Before we get started, we'd like to quickly thank you for watching Insanity Collection, your home for dark and mysterious content. This channel is all about keeping you insanely entertained. Also, a reminder that we are holding our first ever channel giveaway. If you'd like a chance to win a $25 Amazon gift card, please visit insanitycollection.com/giveaway. We'll leave a link in the description below. It'll take you just a minute to enter, and you can get up to 5 chances to win. Simply follow the directions on the contest page. The winner will be announced in a video on September 1st, 2020. So, if you're watching after then, stay tuned for the next subscriber giveaway. Now, let's get straight into the story of this dangerous spider. What makes this spider so dangerous? Should you be on the lookout for this creepy, crawly creature? After years of studying this beast, specialists believe they may have finally found the answers. Quite a few scientists tried to rename the species after Octavius Pickard-Cambridge did. Arachnologist William Joseph Rainbow renamed the spider Euctemina tibialis after he discovered a male one. Once he found a female Sydney funnel web, he gave it a different name, Poikilomorpha montana. Researchers soon realized it was not the exact name of the species that truly mattered, but the damage that it could do. In 1927, a child came in contact with a Sydney funnel web spider in his own home. Thinking it was harmless, the boy began to play with the spider. Unfortunately, he soon learned the power of its wrath. Once the spider bit him, it was too late. He quickly became ill and did not survive the night. When the police arrived at the young boy's house in the suburbs of Thornley, in New South Wales, Australia, they discovered the dead spider for themselves. It was then transported to the Australian Museum to be studied by professional arachnologists. That was when they realized the true power of this species. Although these spiders may be tiny, ranging from about 1.5 centimeters to 3.5 centimeters in size, they pack a powerful punch. With a pair of mighty fangs that are strong enough to penetrate a fingernail, they are not afraid to defend themselves from predators if needed. They have been scouring the lands of New South Wales in Australia for decades. The spider prefers to reside in the shaded forests just outside of the central Cumberland Basin. However, a few of these crawlers have been spotted in the sandy coasts to the east and in Botany Bay. There are even a few funnel web spiders that make their homes up in trees. These specific breeds are mightier than the rest, at 4 to 5 centimeters in size. The largest of these spiders was captured in January of 2016 by employees of the Australian Reptile Park, located in Somersby. The male Sydney funnel web, who was nicknamed Big Boy by staff at the park, was 10 centimeters. This is more than triple the size of a typical male. For most parts, the Sydney funnel web spider prefers a cool and moist climate. They tend to hide beneath rocks and logs to prepare themselves to perform a sneak attack. Their diet consists mostly of a variety of insects, as well as frogs and lizards. The spiders get their name from how they trap their enemies. They surround their burrows with silken trip lines in the shape of funnels. Once potential prey even walks near the creature's home, it is game over for them. Just because these spiders tend to stay in their burrows, that does not mean that they never venture outside of their habitats. Sydney funnel web spiders are often found in people's homes in Australia and have even been seen taking a dip in some swimming pools. Fortunately for them, they know how to swim. By trapping air bubbles around their abdomens, these creatures can survive up to 24 hours underwater. If you find this spider near your home, you better run for your life. On February of 2017, one 10-year-old boy required 12 whole vials of antivenom after being bitten by a Sydney funnel web spider. Those bitten by these spiders know their fate within the first 30 minutes that the venom has entered their systems. The most common symptoms include vomiting, confusion, and muscle twitching. Adults tend to have a better fighting chance against the venom of this spider. Cases where those under the age of 18 have been bitten are always the most severe. There is a recorded case of one child who could not make it past the 30-minute mark and ended up losing his life within 15 minutes of suffering a bite. Australians are always on the lookout for these creepy crawlers. While most people who suffer a bite do not live to tell the tale, there are a lucky few who have survived. In January of 2017, a 51-year-old woman by the name of Fiona Dunna felt something climbing on her in the middle of the night. She tried to fling it off, but the creature crawled underneath her shirt and stuck its fangs into the flesh near her rib cage. Afterwards, she reported, "I discovered it had also bitten me on my upper left arm, but I didn't feel that one immediately because the bite on my torso was so painful and so shocking." Once the venom entered her system, a burning sensation spread across her entire body. She was able to muster enough strength to run into the kitchen and grab a bowl to trap the spider, which she named Yorick. Donna wanted to identify the type of spider it was to figure out what kind of danger she was in. At first, she did not believe it could possibly be a funnel web. After waiting on hold with emergency services on the phone, though, her symptoms became much more severe in just a matter of minutes. The first symptoms started to show, Fiona explained. My lips started to go numb and started to go tingly, and I could feel it spreading around my face and my tongue. Specialists such as Dr. Robert Raven have confirmed that the torso is the most dangerous place to be bitten by a Sydney funnel web. This is because it is impossible to put a tourniquet on it. Eventually, an ambulance arrived at her house to take her to the hospital. Without any anti-venom on hand, though, the pain was too much for Donna to handle, and she passed out during the drive. She brought Yorick with her to the hospital in the glass bowl. He was still alive. Once she arrived at the facility, she received 2 full vials of antivenom. Although her symptoms seemed to be getting less severe after the antivenom was administered, she found herself suffering from shortness of breath. That was when the medical personnel checked her heart rate. They called a cardiologist, and she discovered that only 30% of my heart was functioning, and the left side of my heart had completely stopped, Fiona reported. She was moved to the intensive care unit and monitored for a few days. Once it was determined that she had indeed suffered a heart attack, her doctors wanted to be sure that she was stable. Fortunately, her vitals improved, and her heart was working as good as new in no time. She was able to return home, but called pest control services just to make sure she was safe. They sprayed her entire house and 2 additional meters around the property. Fiona was lucky that she called for help when she did. Just an extra 5 minutes could have been the difference between life and death. The Sydney funnel web spider is not just a scary sight for those native to Australia. People know about this spider's strength all around the globe. It earned its title in the Guinness Book of World Records as the most venomous spider on the planet. All its way out of Australia and swim somewhere near you. Will you click on one of the thumbnails on the screen to keep watching more dark and mysterious content from Insanity Collection? The mystery remains. Until next time, stay venomously insane.